Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today we're going to be talking about my May reading plans. I need May to be the month of catching up because I have fallen so far behind in so many things that I haven't read what I have said I am going to be reading for the past couple of months. So that is the plan for May. I'm not taking part in any readathons. I know there is Escape the Readathon happening and I wish everybody who is taking part in that good luck. It looks like a really fun readathon, but this month I need to take some time for me and get back on track. So that is the aim of the game. As we all know by now, my TBRs include not a lot of information regarding the books that I'm going to read, just the books that I want to read, because I don't read a lot of blurbs before going in necessarily, and also I'm looking to carry on a few series, so telling you any information spoils potentially the books that came before. So I seriously need to catch up on my books for It's All About Fantasy, which is the reading club that I host with my friend Lisa. We are now officially reading a new Rob J. Hayes series, the first one being Along the Razor's Edge, which I was meant to have read last month, but the final book in the Lycanius trilogy has dragged out slightly for me, so I need to catch up on the first book and then move on to the second one quickly after we have done the live show, which will be mid-May, I think. So we're back on track. I just need to catch up on those books. I am so looking forward to reading Along the Razor's Edge again. It is a reread for me. I have read it before. I really enjoyed the first book. I just never continued on, so when we were discussing potential series to read this year, it came up because we both read the first book, I believe, but we never continued the series. So we are going to finally finish this series, so I need to read those two books. And then I have severely fallen behind on my buddy read with my friend Kate, where we are reading all of V.E. Schwab's backlist for this year. I did really well in the first couple of months, reading the first two books in A Dark Shade of Magic, but I never completed the series. So these are the books that I need to read to catch up with that. So there's actually three that I need to read because I've fallen so far behind. So I need to read A Conjuring of Light and finish off this trilogy, which I am desperately needing to do. However, the book is on the chunkier side and I'm a little bit apprehensive, I will say, but I'm excited to finish off this trilogy. And then the next one is Fragile Threads of Power, which is the start of the new arc, I believe, and it does annoy me that all of my books are this size and then this new one has come out so much taller, but anyways, that's besides the point. I think we're still following characters from the world of A Dark Shade of Magic, but this is a new story arc or something. I'm not 1000% sure, but I need to read this. And then the book that we actually picked for this month is This Savage Song, which is an entirely new series. So I am 3 months behind. I said, well, 2 months behind, and then I need to make sure I read this as well. This is following two completely different characters who are heirs to two families vying for control, raised in lives of violence, raised to rule. And I'm guessing music comes into it somewhere as well, but I don't know an awful lot about this. I know it's a duology. The next book we should be reading in the month of June, so I just need to catch up on all of these and then we will be on track again. I also need to catch up on my book club reads because for April I was meant to read When the Moon Hatched and I have started it, I just never finished it, so I need to finish that alongside also reading The Trunk by Kim Ryong. I'm not sure if I'm saying that at all right, but apparently it's a Netflix TV show according to the cover, but this was picked by one of the girls in the group. I do know about this. So basically the blurb tells me more about this, obviously, but basically our main character is called Noah Inji and she's 30 years old, 5 wedding rings so far, and she's never once been in love. When Inji takes a job at Wedding and Life, the popular matchmaking service, she never imagines her role will be with NM, their secretive marriage division that rents out field spouses for a fixed period of their elite clientele. Just like a real marriage, Inji's assignments involve a wedding, some sex, and a spot of housework. It's all tailored exactly to the client's desires. No legal battles, no fights, no emotional baggage. In no way is Inji interested in finding real love, because accidents happen when you mistakenly assume that you are somehow special. At NM, love is temporary, which is just how Inji likes it. When one of Inji's old husbands, a mysterious high-profile music producer, requests her back for another year of marriage, Inji's own dark past will begin to unravel, as well as the sinister underbelly of the NM management, who will stop at nothing to preserve the reputation and that of their wealthiest clients. So it kind of gives me almost Handmaid's Tale vibe, in the sense of, you know, women are kind of bought or like hired, but it just sounds a little bit less traumatic potentially, but I'm really excited to give this a go, because it's something completely out of my usual world, and it was originally published in Korean, so it's also a translated novel, which I don't read a lot of, but I want to get better at. So there's that. Those are the books that I need to read. Now that is already quite a lot, bearing in mind that the final book in the Dark Shade of Magic trilogy is chunky, and I'm not reading an awful lot at the moment, but there are so many things that I also want to try and get to, but I'm not holding out too much hope. I'm not travelling until the very end of the month, which is great, but also bad, because it means that I don't have as much time to kind of just I could just turn off my phone, but I really like the excuse on planes that I can turn off my phone, turn off everything, and I just sit there with my Kindle and I enjoy reading a book. But I don't have that as much this time, which is completely fine. I am excited for what I'm going to read. I feel like May is going to be the month where, although I have got things I need to read, I want to let myself mood read a little bit more. I want to let myself, if I start 50 books this month, I start 50 books this month. Like, I really don't care. I want to find the love of reading again, because I just feel as though I've lost it a little bit, which is sad, but I don't feel like it's a burnout thing. Well, it could be, but I think it's more from general life than from reading, for a change, which is quite nice. Well, is it nice? Burnout in any capacity is not nice, but I think it's more around life than it is around reading. I still want to read so much, it's just very hard to find books that are grabbing my attention, which sucks, but I'm getting there. It's gonna get there. It's really gonna get there. We're gonna start quieting down at work soon for a couple of months, which means a lot more planning, which means a lot less faffing around constantly, which should work in my favour. And then yeah, we're just gonna go from there, and we're gonna try and read so many books. So if there are any books you think I should definitely push up my TBR, please let me know down below in the comments, because I want books that are gripping. I have been reading a lot of I've been reading a lot less high stakes fantasy, if I'm completely honest, and I think that's because my brain just can't take it at the minute. I'm really just like, but then again, I'm currently, as I'm filming this, I am loving Blood Over Bright Haven. I couldn't put it down. Keep keep making myself put it down, because I just can't put it down. So there's that. I am finding things that I'm enjoying, but I am also reading a lot less high fantasy currently, but I do want to get back into that. There are a couple of things that I want to read, which is why I want to take down the necessary reads and not do prompts, and just be like, right, come into my room, get a little bit overwhelmed at how many books I've got on these shelves, and then sit here and go, I want to try that, and then try that. That is my goal for May and potentially June, but we will see how we go. But yeah, that is everything for my TBR. It's not a lot, if I'm honest, but it could be. I just want to find the love of reading, which I do have. I just need to unearth it a little bit. But if you have enjoyed this very chaotic TBR, which is not surprising at all, please give it a thumbs up. Really supports me, my channel. Like I said, let me know down below in the comments which books you think I should push up my TBR, because I'm very interested to know. And if you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ring that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I am coming back at you next week with my wrap up, and I promise you my wrap ups have more information. So if you like to hear actual thoughts and somewhat fully formed thoughts revolving around plots of books, that is the video for you. Like, come back for that, because I promise I will talk more about the books that I have loved this past month. But yeah, that's everything for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!